the wrong way. We need you facing the other way, guys. Hello! How are my lovelies? How are you guys? Yes, it's me, little me. I have a great mood today. I'm excited. Monday, start of a new week. So, action, baby. All right, take off my little spectacles. So how has everybody been? Been doing. Alrighty, let me see. I want to change this to this so I can see my chat. Alright. Boo. Okay, got my chat open. Alright, good to go. So, did you guys miss me on Sunday? You guys didn't actually get to see me, did you? Oh, I know, I missed you guys all. And I missed all of you. Alright, so, as you can see, I'm missing dream catchers. So, the unicorn went the other day, yesterday, but I did make another one. You know, gotta keep them moving. I can't even reach, but it's a little blue one there. It's tiny, it's really like a 4-inch. Daisy, my girl, did you miss me, my girl? I know it was really strange for me too to actually not even be involved in my Gmail, nothing with YouTube, absolutely nothing. But just playing around on the computer was kind of fun. I felt kind of odd actually not doing a stream last night. It felt really strange, and I kept looking at the clock thinking, should I do one or shouldn't I? Should I do one or should I or shouldn't I? I ended up getting talked out of it, so I didn't do one. But I'm happy to say that we had another successful reading this afternoon with Miss Elizabeth. Another successful read. Bomb. So that was good. So, Sharon, how are you doing? And I believe we have Tony here. Is Tony here? Or is she not here yet? So I owe Tony a 15-minute read. I'm going to have to set up a schedule with her. Miss you lots, had no life. I didn't have a life either. You know, I miss you guys too. So Tony, Sharon, Tony's here. Or did she come back? Because I know that she was like here at like 7:15, because I usually do it at like 7:30. But I was like running behind in things today, and I had a reading that went over more than it was supposed to. They kind of went domino after that, right? So I am here. Where are you all? No. So anyways, I was sitting. I got a question to ask you. I was sitting listening to another fellow YouTuber's channel, and I wanted to know, how many of you believe in this Mandela effect? Or do you think that, you know, maybe it's Google just fucking up and hiring people that don't know how to spell or correct information properly at Google? I think is more the case endpoint. But, you know, they enjoy, you know, going over all the Mandela effects on how things were spelled and how things were. I think they just hired a few dummies at Google to, you know, do the websites, and because you actually can get a job doing that, you know, that you can surf the net and doing corrections and everything in it, which I've never done, but I've heard that you can do it. You can actually get hired by Google to do analytics on their own websites. So yes, welcome. Red Moon is here. Hi, Red Moon. Welcome to the channel. Nice to see you here again. You believe in it? Okay. Because I wanted to know. Okay, so this is the question that would kind of make you think, right? If you have people, okay, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong in it at all. I'm just trying to put my opinion out there to figure out why this is such a pertinent situation that everybody is getting, you know, divided over this Mandela effect stuff. Like, it doesn't make sense to me of why it would be coming as a priority or a need to have to know what's going on. You know, like, I'm sure if you were to probably go back to the beginning of the internet, you imagine how much of that information is generated for your information. Like how many historians actually are legally obligated to share this information, right? It's all it's all entered by somebody. It's like, if you think about it, Wikipedia, for instance, okay, it gives you all the information. People can add, delete, change, anything that happens in Wikipedia. But could be like the Whisper game, but the Sally Field thing freaks me out. Yeah, yeah, it's something to, it's not that I've actually become more interested in it, a little bit, but not like I'm not putting my whole life into it and being scared of anything, or, the overcoming of a situation not being the way as we remember it. You know, they should go watch the video on how your mind actually can change its own memory and give you a memory that's not even correlating to the real one that you actually had. I think is more the situation that people are facing. It's just my point of view. I'm just having a little chat here with my subs here, and I just wanted to get like the outlook on this. And no, I'm not smoking a joint, but I wish I was after today. But I was watching, I'd never really understood it, right? That's what I mean. There's a video on YouTube that actually explains how your mind is actually creates memories for you. I can't remember what it was, but they were creating memories, is what your mind has a capacity to do. So it can create or delete memories that you either have experienced or didn't experience, and still create a memory around that. Like this is a little bit more scientific wise. They should be doing, like sitting down and kind of going over with Google who's in charge of changing the website information at Google. They just let any willy-nilly, like they do on Wikipedia. People can change, edit, and delete information off Wikipedia and just sign at the bottom saying that they made that, this change was created by so and so. Right? But do you see that on any of the web pages? Could you imagine how many people would be like having to read through all the people that changed information and stuff like that? Is that a possibility that you guys, the Emme community, I give them great kudos for all the work they've done. But, it kind of makes me step back and go, okay, who's the smart one in this club? Because I'm kind of losing hope that there's even somebody that's smart in the club, personally. I've never come across any Mandela effects in my personal life. I don't remember, McDonald's ever being McDonald's. That's what I always remember it to be. It was McDonals. I should know because I worked there. So, when I was like 14. So I think I would know that, right? That's just a given. I don't know. I think it's that, I think it's more that, we have people that are actual people that pay attention to details and like their information to be that fact and solid grounding for belief, right? But you have all these platforms spitting out different information, and nobody seems to be on the same page as far as this Emme community thing is going. Everybody's got different ideas of what ME means, right? Mandela effect. I never even knew Nelson Mandela even died. I didn't know until this whole Mandela effect started mentioning it, Nothing's changed in my timeline as far as, the Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy being shot, or, people teleporting, and I think some of this is just a lot of creator studio stuff that people are just adding just to be a novelist, right? Just being a novel idea at the time. So unless you can sway me into wanting to really seriously looking into this Mandela effect, you would really have to twist my rubber arm and then put it back, because there isn't anything that I could rationally sit back and say, okay, that's something to be concerned about. Like stuff about the aliens, I kind of don't want to talk about that topic. That one's kind of a little touchy yet. But I wonder how much is this just not, is your mind actually creating these memories for you that they're not happening or they are happening. I really don't know, right? Oh, really? I like to remember things my way. Exactly. I do myself. Like I say, when I unpacked my suitcase and I went through all that healing sessions for myself, I think that was a little bit more important to me personally, to get that in-depth part of me to be able to come out and be me, right? But as far as, like the moon landing and all this stuff, okay, I can understand that one, okay, that it was fake, because no real anything but a satellite has been able to orbit anywhere. Like we'd be just waiting now to hear from the space dudes, whatever you want to call them, the space dudes that would be traveling to other planets. We would have been hearing, you know, from all those different places. They would have sent more teams out, you would think. If they can have as many satellites going in orbit right now, why can't they build a rocket that can go interstellar and do that? If they can build a satellite that can do that, they can't do the same thing with a spaceship and just send, people farther than our planet to a space station that's, say, out by Mars that they could survive on for like 8 months and then come back or something. Like it just doesn't rationalize any common sense with me. It doesn't make sense to me to do that. But hey, who am I to say anything, right? Magical gaming, you're not late. You're always on time. This is about, you're always on time, half an hour late, okay? So when you're always on time and you're half an hour late, just don't even worry about it. Just sneak on in and don't say a word. No. Just sneak on in under the radar, under the radar. um, yeah, so, it just, it doesn't make sense to me why, people are doing, it's like getting fame and popularity, getting your 5 seconds of fame with this Mandela effect thing, and everybody's just like jumping on this bandwagon, and I'm like, okay, so? I'm just like, okay, so? Just, okay, what are you gonna try to boggle my mind with? I have more interest in the occult and past lives than I would ever have actually in Mandela effect. I have wanting to know more about my past lives than I would want to know about the spelling of McDonald's or, Nike getting found out for all these crimes. And like they're just all coming uncovered now. They haven't thought about doing this like years and years and years. Somebody's been lying silent while this whole thing has been going on and not said anything that, sweatshops and all this kind of other stuff we've known about for years. But all the other pertinent information that, is all of a sudden becoming a leaked document or a leaked story or, somebody just got done wrong, so they're going to leak everything about, whatever they can to get their 5 seconds of fame. And I just don't agree with it, because when you're dealing with people, and I'm saying this from a very interpersonal level, from dealing with people, especially if you know that you have people that do suffer from PTSD, mental breakdowns and stuff, don't you think that that's kind of like pushing the bill for them too far, especially when they could be in a state of disbelief to begin with, and then it just doesn't give me any reason to even want to kind of exist here, in a sense, right? But I do, and I've experienced my experiences, and I've been on in those mental places where people, they're really, really screwed up. But I was able to sit down with quite a few of them and sit and talk to them about, the stuff that I experienced, the mind warp that people like to say that you have, thinking that you're crazy and everything. Then if that's the case, then how come there's not more people in the mental institutions now? Okay? It doesn't make sense to me, right? Being where I have, and then experiencing my own certain Mandela effect. Hang on. Damn thing keeps going on. I have a question in regards to, bear with me, my throat's still sore. is that people aren't thinking about those people, and I call them those people because they're singled out already. Like they're already been singled out as to being having some mental issues or anything. But every single one of those people that was on the floor when I went back from my little holiday that I take every couple of years. And it's not even a holiday, it's like a respite care for like a week just to get balanced again because I get so worn down. And sometimes you get situations where you start actually staying stuck in that mode, and sometimes it takes a bit to get out of that mode. I'm getting better at doing that on my own, slowly. Each day is a different day, but for most part, I'm sane, I'm here, and I'm of sound mind. But there wasn't one person that I couldn't sit down and actually touch touch the core of their soul with having a conversation with them, and that's all that they need. They need somebody to hear what's going on, but nobody is leaning an ear, And this was in the summertime, and it was hot, and they're so, I'll just speak about my experience. Okay, when I went in back at the end of July, I took a hiatus from this whole situation because I've gone through a lot. I've gone through major, I would say, spiritual psychosis to the point of thinking that people were following me, that they were targeting me, being a targeted individual. And if I was to reveal what religion I was raised up in, you would understand more as to why I don't mention it more. I was raised a Mormon. Okay, and their belief system, like, you're gonna have to twist my rubber arm, and this is another thing you'll have to twist my arm on, is believing in God. I don't believe as God being a person that's gonna magically walk out of the clouds and down and land on this earth. If it is, it's going to be an alien that does that before it would ever be a God walking in, and the clouds and the sky opening up for this being would possibly be more chances of having an alien walk through that portal than actually have some guy named God walking down here and going, "Hey God, how's it going?" And him exposing, being that to me is a mind fuck to people that want to believe in something stronger than themselves, which is, I always say insert God here to whatever your belief system is. I don't personally. I've really walked away from I kind of sit back and think, if there was a God, this would have been dealt with a long time ago. All right, all the suffering on this earth would have been dealt with a long time ago. Not leaving it up to the residents of the earth as he's promised to provide for everybody. It's not happening. So you want to tell me where this God creature or person or thing or it or place or energy is? You can try. I don't believe in God. I've become an atheist. Not totally. I do still pray, to a higher conscience bigger than ours. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but it's around. It's and experiencing portals opening up in my bedroom one time, and I'm lying in my bed after I had just done a bunch of readings, and I was laying in my bed, and it was almost like there was like a little hole. I was like kind of in and out of it sleeping. I was kind of like going from like sleep into dreamland, I guess. And I'd gone to lay down for a nap, and I'd taken a pill. And I swore that right below, probably about a door probably 3 feet by 4 feet unhinged, and a being came out, but it was like pixelated, right? I don't know if that was my mind playing tricks on me, or what. I had a shaman tell me earlier last year that I had an energy portal by my armoire, which very well could be. We have a lot of bizarre things that happen in my bedroom. I actually didn't sleep in my bedroom for 2 months, because of the dark energy and the shadows, the shadow people that literally would pace the floor in my room, and you'd watch their shadow walk across the wall all the time. And there was times where there would be like 2 or 3 of them watching me when I'd go to sleep. Having ones pop out of my floor, and vanishing into my kitchen, into like thin air. That stuff intrigues me more than the Mandela effect. Understanding that concept of our existence makes more sense to me than how the hell, this happened or that happened. I don't like to say negative things, but I'm going to say this one negative thing is like, how stupid can you really make yourself look when you're dealing with the Mandela effect, I think is the next question I want to ask. How stupid can you make yourself look talking about Mandela effects? Very stupid. And I'll tell you that from my experience of checking out videos on YouTube. And I'm sorry, I have no place for movies. Horror movies are a joke. We all know how they work. We all know that it's fake. But it's the real life ones that get me. Those are the only ones that I actually pay attention to. These horror ones, you could send me the alien Venom from Venom, stand him at my door, and I'd probably poke him in the eye and laugh. That's how much I take seriously about horror movies. Okay, that's trying to keep you in a fear-mongered state of being, so that you're always in fight or flight mode, right? And I won't have it. I won't be part of that, charade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but But are they giving you the experiences in human form, or are you creating them? Are you letting somebody else write this page of life for you, or are you going to write it yourself? It's a question, though. I'm not going to let anybody write my story for me. I'm going to write it myself, and I'm going to be in control of it. If I can't be in control of it, then I will hand it over to somebody that has a little bit more saner knowledge, like a doctor, or a psychiatrist, or a therapist, or somebody that can't even take it at textbook and apply the textbook to my situation that I've experienced. It's not the fact. It's not that I experience random things. It's physical things actually become my reality, and that's hard to understand, right? When your reality has become so deprogrammed, I guess is what you would call me now. I am so deprogrammed from everything. All right, where is? Oh, I don't know where it went. One sec. Okay, so for example, I'm going to get the documents, and I'm going to actually upload them. I'm going to do a video on them, and I'm going to show these to you. But there's one document that you guys probably would be very shocked to see. Okay, now this is what happens. I create this stuff when I'm actually in an altered state of mind, like opening Pandora's box. For me, I blew it wide open and ready for whatever comes out. Okay, so people talk about Tesla's code. Okay, so here's one for you. Somebody just went walking by my window there. Oh, I don't know who that was. If I can get a piece of paper, I'll do it again. Okay. Everybody talks about flat Earth. Now that's another thing that blows my mind. How anybody could think that we live on a flat Earth is beyond my control. Right? I think we live in like an egg, like a shape of an egg, almost like like the slit of your eye. You know how your eye has like an eyelid like this, and you're like this is your eye hole. You're looking to your eyes, right, like that. Your almond eyes, right? I think that's kind of what the curve of the Earth is like, and that's what I think. That's what I think personally. That it's formed in like an egg oval, like an ovally shaped kind of, like a circle that's kind of been pushed down a little, right? I don't believe in a flat Earth either. And then the other one that they recently came out with was how Antarctica, and we live in like this. It almost looks like a foreign egg, and it's all rough around the edges. And then they've cut like little ocean out here, and then like another ocean out the top. Um, have you done celebrity communication with a spirit box? No, I haven't. I have not done that. Um, for one, ghosts don't scare me. I'm not scared of apparitions showing up or anything showing up in my life. And that was when I decided to go in and return back to being a channeler, and dealing with spirit energy. I don't fear them. I don't even fear the aliens. Bigfoot, I wouldn't even probably fear him, because if they can coexist this long with us, then we should be able to adapt to them. Okay, that's what I think society is getting. Maybe I think that's why these experiences are happening, is to get everybody seasoned with the introduction of cohabitation, so that there won't be any fear. If an alien walked up to you, would you even know? Because we're considered alien when we don't even have a country to live in. That's what they call us on our documents, as an alien. I don't know how many people know that, but that's what they do. They do. I know in the States they call you alien on your documentation, when you arrive, in documentation, right? But the thing that gets me is there are so many great minds out there. Like a lot of people that are truthers, as they're called. There are some really good ones out there that I would definitely question my perspective of things because of what they've said. Others, it's like going back to high school and learning like math all over again. To me it's not interesting enough, and I feel like I'm at like a school age thinking or a thought process that I don't want to go back to have to relearn something. That's so mundane to me. It's not deep enough for me to want to be involved in it personally. But that's my opinion. But I just wanted to know, like, I because I do have this person that deals with like the spiritual and the awareness and being awake and all these things, noticing the difference. But I sit here in my house, watch a couple YouTube videos, watch some TV. Like it's very hard to now, for me anyways, in my experience, to really wrap my head around anything that's artificial, right? I can't wrap my head around something that's, been created for the wrong, for the intent of comedy or whatever, which is good. I don't mind it, don't get me wrong. I haven't watched TV in 5 years, okay? So maybe that'll tell you something. I stopped watching TV because I got tired of it. I wasn't even able, at that point when I was starting to communicate with spirits, I even stopped watching Ghost Adventures. I stopped watching all the ghost movies because that shit happens, okay? And people aren't understanding what seriousness that really does have and that effect. People don't understand when you're going in and doing a spiritual communication. You have to walk in on a respectful note. You cannot just start channeling energy, because you will get the bad ones that come through. What I do when I do the channeling or I do communication, like we'll turn the spirit box on right now, and I'll play it in the background, and you can hear them talking and having open conversations with me. Where's the spirit box? Okay. So I'm going to open up the spirit box now, and I'm going to let you guys hear it. Yeah, you should. So I just don't understand why there's such a battle for people to get out videos about Emme affected. See, and it sounds like they're saying my name, Emme, right? So mine was Mother Earth, Earth Mother, right? So those are the things that are priority to me, like where I live and how I keep my existence, on the straight up and up and the most truthful and honorable way that I can, right? Don't cheat, don't lie, don't steal, and live it with the utmost honor with everything that you do, right? Be of service, and that's what I do, right? What? Did I miss something? Okay, so I'm just reading the chat. Oh, yeah. Um, I've never actually had, in my house, I feel the energy. Okay, and then there's sometimes when it will actually manifest in like a dark shadow or odd lighting, or the lighting will flicker. Um, and there would be energy surges. Um, but my bedroom was the one that I had taken a camera into, and it was picking up pixelated energies around the bed. It was almost like I was sleeping in like a rock kind of encased my room, and they were sleeping in like a dungeon type energy, like a dark, like below ground kind of tomb-like energy was always in my room, and I didn't like it, so I wouldn't sleep in my room. Um, and then I ended up smashing my mirrors. That was about a month ago when I started getting these demonic energies using that as a portal. I would cover my mirror. I didn't want to see any of it. I didn't want any part of it. Um, I still remember that photo I took. And I did find the other one. I'll have to upload it somehow. But it's very hard to see the... actually, I think I might be able to do it on my computer. I'm not sure. Um, but it's really, really hard for me to take any ghost communication except the real ones that, people actually go in and they do the channeling for the energy. The dark magic ones, they don't scare me anymore. They used to scare me because I felt the attachment to me, and I would have like demons showing up in mirrors when I was like 6 or 7 at my grandmother's house. My brother pointed them out to me, and then they have this little like fake fireplace, and it's got all this like glossy tile in behind, and in the actual tiles you could actually see people outlined within the tile of like another dimension, right? Um, I can't explain it. I don't know what was going on, but I always loved being at my grandma's house. My grandma's house was always so much fun to be around, right? I don't know why, but it was. Um, I'm beginning to think that I had my hand into black magic before in my past life, and I came back with the knowledge this time around to be able to better it so that people aren't misusing it, right? So, okay, we'll see you later, Sharon. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, good night. We'll see you later. um, what type of readings do you do? Okay, so e-money too. Okay, we'll get back to that. We have always lots of time to talk about stuff like that. So I'm being asked what type of readings do you do. I do oracle, regular tarot. I do not do astrological readings. It's more oracle, and I do introspection, personal development, kind of reflecting at your personal situations mostly. Um, it's all intuitive. It's basically whatever comes through the combination of the cards, and spirit wanted me to deliver whatever message to you. I have a very good batting average right now. I'm batting probably 96% of them are accurate. Some of them might be a little bit delayed for the information for the person to understand it. Um, but for the most part, I try to get to know nothing about you. I don't need to know any information of you. I don't go and Google. That's why I like to do my readings live, is so that they can be validated by my people in my chat that I'm actually doing this live and this is current, right? So that's why I do so many live videos, is so that the authenticity is there from other people watching and seeing it for themselves happening right before their eyes. So Jessica, Red Letter Media, Mike talks about Ghost Adventures. Okay, so that's the kind of readings that I do e-money. So that's just to give you an idea. But I usually, alright, so I ask, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my cards out first. Let me cleanse them because I need to do them because of the readings today. Okay, the only thing I want to know, okay, you only have to answer this one question, is do you want oracle reading or do you want a regular in-depth reading, like a regular card? Because you can have an oracle card or you can get just a the traditional Rider-Waite one? That's the question I have first. It all depends on what kind of reading you want. You want an oracle reading, or do you want just a traditional one-card read? They can answer your question without knowing anything. Okay, well, I've got the Rider-Waite one to my hand. We haven't done our smudge yet, so now we can do our smudge because now we're getting into the cards and the spirit energy. So we will do our smudge now. But that was just kind of a warm-up, waiting for people to come in. Just kind of a jam session for all of us, just to allow people to make their way here. Alright, so we're going to smudge everywhere. We're going to smudge around the altar. We're going to smudge the cards. Smudge all the energy, positive, enlightening energy. We want to get messages for all. Right, stop here. I get the knowledge, the wisdom. Speak only the truth with a pure heart, pure intentions, positive. And may this journey also carry me into a new direction and assist somebody else's direction. Thank you, Spirit, and all my ancestors. Hi. Okay, so we're going to just let that kind of hang out over there. That feels good. And we're burning jasmine tonight. That's for energy. I want lots of energy. I want lots and lots of energy. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the spirit box on for other people to be able to listen to. I mean, you guys enjoy it. I know you guys like it when it comes on. You guys are just like, oh wow, that's cool. But it just goes to show that, you can pick up energy anywhere you go if you know how to communicate with it and keep your respect with the energy and keep it balanced. You should never have a problem with any communication. Don't walk in unannounced when you want to go and do when you want to go and do some phenomenon or paranormal. Why am I doing this? Not even close. When you're going to do paranormal, some key things you want to remember is do not go in to a situation unannounced. Ask the request that you may enter into their realm to collect information. Never say that you are coming to harm them, or they will get upset with you. You'll get angry and demonic energy showing up then. Be very gentle when you ask the questions, and allow them to give you some feedback, because they will. But don't keep asking them, can you move a cup? Can you go and, make that table flip? Because you will probably end up getting one that's going to be pissed off from hearing people asking them to do that, which is not their reason for being there, first of all. Is not there to entertain you, okay? They're there to provide you with information. They're there to provide you with guidance, as well as, to keep a balance between both realms, okay? So don't go in unannounced, telling them to move this. You'll get the angry ones, and yes, you will end up getting ones that are very irate and belligerent, and they've been stuck for the longest, and they're tired, and they're wearing out. Like, the energy is very hard for them to manifest fast. They don't start manifesting for a little while after death. When your spirit ends up going somewhere into a, it could be an abyss, it could be, party on the other side. We don't know 100%, and there's no actual valid or documented information that anybody's ever been able to validate. Just the similarities in an out-of-body experience, which is a little bit different than actually going, I think you don't really actually die. Your spirit goes on into another dimension, and when I experienced my out-of-bodies, I ended up experiencing going up to heaven, being taken from like a dark valley, carried up by like this angel, and I got to the top, and everybody was sitting in backyards and hot tubs, and there was nice houses and everything, and they said to me, oh, hey Karen, you made it. And I went, and I froze. I didn't move forward. I ended up coming back, right? So I wasn't ready to die. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to go to that side yet. I wasn't ready. And I think that's what my learning experience has taught me is to be ready for the unexplainable, for the um, stuff that might scare you, but if you fear it, it just gives that energy away to a darker force that could come through. So always when you're doing that kind of work, always stay very calm in yourself. Do not let them feel your emotion because they will suck the energy out of you, and that's what causes when you get sick, right? You get drained, you're just not running on a balanced six-cylinder kind of in a six-cylinder car, right? So just some words of advice. If there's any other things that I forgot to mention, always have a candle lit, a white candle for purity. Do it with good intentions, and you should never have a problem when you go to, channel it or experience an energy. Okay, just letting you know. There are a lot around. There are a lot to be had. So if you don't get one, always try. Right. So long as you draw your force to you and you allow it to be an illumination for that spirit to know that it's safe. Always let them know that they're safe. You're not there to harm. You're not there to cause them any harm. You're not coming there to exonerate or execute. What do they call it? Exercise them out of a situation or a place. There is such thing as house spirits that are generally there as a house energy. Okay. And never ask the energies to follow you when you move, unless you wish them to. If you have some that you correlate well with, that you can take them with you, so long as they're not house spirits. House spirits have to stay house spirits. The meaning that they're the energy that's always, keeping a tether almost within the spirit realm. The other thing is always going with respect. Have a candle lit and just allow them to come to you. Don't go chasing them. Don't go ghost chasing. They won't come to you. You'll end up hitting a brick wall. But if you just relax, you do your, just hang out. That's all they want. They just want to hang out, be real, because they're not in an existence. They're watching from the other side. And I can't explain it, but I can explain it because I've experienced the NDEs a few times, and I've come back, and it hurt like hell when I came back into my body. I was like in literal pain. It was almost like I was not inside it, and it's like trying to put on a wetsuit, right? Or something similar to that after you've come in and you come back into your body. It's a very strange feeling. It feels like you just put on a giant wetsuit. Almost like Batman's friend, Catwoman, like putting on something like that kind of an outfit when you're coming back. At least that's what I experienced when I had it happen. So yeah. So back to E-Money 2. We want to ask you, I heard the fake noises and redo parts just to get reactions, so I just watched the show when there's nothing else on. Wet dream. Hey, did you know that I was going to just say Ashley Boo, did you check out that video of my channeling that I did with one of the apps and how dirty that little man got? He was very dirty. He was having spiritual orgasms while me and my partner are sitting on my bed during the middle of the day. It even says at the end he had to go shower. Like, what else were you doing? Yeah, it was something else. My dream was fast, I couldn't remember. You can also take control of your dreams. That was another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. But I want to get to E-Money's question here. Okay, so I'm going to take a jump card, and that's usually the ones that I like when I'm doing these ones. I want a jump card for E-Money. Okay, that was pretty quick. You're not in balance. You're trying to, you've kind of hit a brick wall, E-Money. You're hitting a brick wall. You're kind of looking at it, a decision that you want to make currently, and you're pondering the results. This is a decision that you're totally going to have to do and think about hardly. Like, take your time thinking about it. There's not going to be any judgment call if you make the wrong decision. You have benefits of both sides. It could be prosperous for you, or it could not be, right? It's almost like you're taking an oath. You're swearing. You could be ending up in a court situation, or swearing on a Bible or something where you have to raise your right hand to correlate a situation. So it could be a legal matter. Um, Maybe not so much illegal, but taking an oath for something. So it could be like, say, you're taking an oath for your citizenship, or you're taking an oath, signing of an oath, to give the right information or correct information. Um, because I feel that you may be before a judge. Have you been in trouble? So E-Money 2, have you been in trouble with the law? I'm just wondering. That's what I see, is that there's a path that you should have taken instead, because the path that you are headed down could lead you in a heap of trouble if you choose the wrong path. You're at a fork in the road and making a decision right now. Down a bit over here. No, but are you sitting at like a position where you're trying to make a decision on which direction you should travel, like meaning on your journey of life, making a decision, but you don't know if it's going to be the right decision and why you should have to even make this decision, right? But it's like you're already wanting to go down this path. It's like you've made a decision for this path already. But it's Is there a female that you're thinking about meeting? I see a female in the distance. Well, apparently there's going to be a female entering your path. I see her off in the distance on this path that you want to take. So it is pointing to being, a good venture. I would say, this could be quite the adventure with this girl. She doesn't even see you coming yet. Like, it's almost like you guys are just gonna kind of like bump into each other. Not really bump into each other, but you're gonna end up meeting this girl, and you're gonna actually like. She's got dark brown hair. She's very shy. Are you in a? Are you in like? Do you go to school, or is this like this? Unless it's one of my girlfriends. No, this is one female that you haven't ever met. Somebody that you don't know, but you're very intrigued by her. She's very intriguing. Like she'll catch your attention. So are you like going to college or anything like that? Hey Ashley, how you doing? because you got the Hierophant. No, it's such a delay. Okay. Because I do see there is a female going to be coming on your radar, I would say. Which is she's a bit off in the distance, but you might end up meeting her. I would say I would give it like a month or so. A month. Just she's not like far away. Like you can make out her face. So that meaning to me that it's close, and she'll be in close quarters to you. But she's gonna catch your eye, and you're gonna ponder it and you're gonna turn your head to the side and be like, is this the one that she talked about? So this is a familiar situation to you. Like you're a very outgoing person, so it's not hard for you to introduce yourself to her. Because your public image and status with friends and in the community are a great concern for you now. So it's asking, are you doing the right things at the moment? Don't sacrifice your beliefs or freedoms for status. Keep alert of the outside world. So be aware of what's going on around in your outside world, and I think that's where you're going to meet this female, is at a function. Yeah, because the real estate is showing there's two keys. They're crossing each other, right? So it's like you might even just pass her. You might actually walk right past her. But I see her. She's got dark hair, and she might have like a white flower showing up. But I do see it could possibly be at like a dinner or a when you have like meetings and you go out to a restaurant and eat or somewhere, or you're going out for like a function. It could be at a dinner function that you may be sitting at the same table with her. I do see a table below where she is sitting at, so it could be a function that you're headed towards, and you may be sitting at the same table as she is, right? And then it's like taking what do they call that? What do they call that when you guys, the Scouts honor pill? Like, were you ever in Scouts taking the, you do like the 2 fingers up and you do the Scouts honor? Were you ever in anything like that? So Scouts honor. Something to do with like, you keep your honor, you keep your word, and everything that you do, you make sure that your word is kept, right? So when you're promising a client something, or this could be a client of yours that you're coming up to meet, that you may be assisting, maybe even, I'm not too sure. But I definitely see another female coming into your life in the near future. But just be aware, like, take notice of, some of the things that you may be entering into, or functions. Like if you have a dinner function coming up and you have to sit like on a table, like a round table, and you have like 4 or 5 different people sitting at that table, she may just be sitting right at that table with you. If that is where you're supposed to be seated, then you may just end up having to meet her at a dinner function of some sort. And it will definitely be the finish line. It's almost like you're crossing the finish line at maybe also a deal that's coming up. There's two competitors. You may have how do they say it? A competition between some other party that is also going to be there that's doing the same kind of work but different attire. But she's sitting on your side, so she's showing herself in front of you, not the other party. So you may be the lucky one that she ends up wanting to choose. So just be aware of what's going on around you. So you may meet her at a dinner function, or some kind of like restaurant, possibly. Go out for dinner on a date or something. Right? So, yeah. So there you go. The ones I'm working with. No, I saw that you guys are trying to get a deal done right now. And at the other end of that deal there is a man, or maybe that's the man coming towards you. I'm not sure. But it was showing me a female at the finish line. Well, once you get this deal done, things are going to really open up for you, is what I'm getting. Hey, Elizabeth. Elizabeth had her reading today, you guys. We did Elizabeth's reading today. And Tony, Miss Tony won the 15-minute consolation prize for a 15-minute read. We can do that in private, or you can do it at another time, place. I'm glad you're here. I'm so happy you guys showed up. Hey, Em, how much would it be for a card pull? It's $6 for one card. That's the deal. $6, you get one card, and you can pick what deck you want it out of. You can pick it out of the regular tarot, you can pick it out of the Oracle tarot, or you can pick it out of the Animal Dreaming one now. And hopefully my other deck will be here probably in the next day or two. So I hope you get better, Tony. Hope you're feeling better soon enough, right? So yeah, so I have all three decks available for reading. I'm just going to smudge that now again, so you don't have that energy to stay there. So for the next read, please cleanse all past reads. Okay. So I can get my healing crystal on that. Alright, I am back. What's the oracle? The oracle is called the Cloud card. That's these ones. They're the more introspective, looking more at the personal aspects of yourself and how you're dealing with things. That's what I found with these ones. Are more when you want more personal information within yourself, not so much of the outside external parts, but more internally, what you may be going through or struggling with as far as your healing. Is that the animal one? No, this is the animal one here. This is the animal one. Animal Dreaming. That I got. And then we have the Cloud cards, which is interpersonal. Animal Dreaming is just, it gives you just a general, it gives you a little more detail as far as your growth or, direction that you might be wondering about. They would be good for a one card read. These ones, I would say these ones would be good for a one card read. The Rider-Waite is not really good for one, but I would say that the Animal Dreaming Oracle cards are. So yeah. Oracle is divine messages, right? You get more divination through there. It's more introspective, not to current case of affairs type thing. It's more directional advice. It's more closest thing you'll get back to being with Mother Earth being really connected, getting your roots done, like setting down roots or direction. It's all animals that are on the cards, so they're all different. They have all different meanings, and there's like 2 pages of what the meaning is that I'm still learning, so you'll have to bear with me on that one. But yeah, that's the one you can. When you're free from reading any has 10 difference is man. Whereabouts are you, Tony? England. Oh, you're in England, so yours. You're in England, okay. I think you're what, 8 hours ahead, I think, is it not, from Canada? 5:19. Yeah, you're like 8 hours ahead. Well, it's 9:30 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're 8 hours ahead. So we can do it. We can do it after I do this chat if you want. We can do it, or we can do it tomorrow afternoon. You're up at what time? Your time? Because it's only minus 8 hours for me. You know, I can make it. I can even just get up in the middle of the night and do a reading. You know, if it's daytime for you. Sometimes I don't even go to bed till like 1:30 in the morning. So, you know, which is 6, 7 your time, right? So, it's not a problem. I have my go-to lady actually lives in England. She was the one that told me to go and do the shaman Murukai readings that I would be best at. And those are the ones that the actual word is called Murukai, tarot. It's not the traditional, way that everybody else does it. What's the animal for Gemini? What are you guys talking about? Okay. All right. So Jessica, we're going to talk about... Did you get your dream catchers, my dear? Please tell me they showed up. Okay, so we're going to pull a card for Jessica. I'm going to have spirit guides, animal guides, ancestors, and anybody else that would like to help her in this direction. This reading. I'll use me and the cards for divinative nature. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle 3 more times. Okay. You've got the wisdom. Wisdom card you got. Okay. So that one I'm not too sure of. I thought it was the other one. The little tiger one. But wisdom one is 38. Okay, so the wisdom one is what I'm getting, what I'm picking up before even reading this. Is that you're going to be more knowledgeable. You're going to be paying attention more to the wisdom that you're getting. Everything's going to be laid in order, and it's always going to be laid right, like all parallel. Everything is going to, like, almost like a domino effect is gradually coming through, and you're absorbing a lot of knowledge at this time. You're very sharp, you're very keen for the knowledge that you're going to be getting, or wisdom, sorry. The thylaxin, that's a weird name, thylaxin, is, you're going to be sharp and you're going to be on point. You're going to be noticing a lot of details that might not have been done properly. This could be work-related. So now, a large percent of the Tasmania's wilderness still exists in this virgin state, completely unspoiled in development land clearing. Many believe, therefore, that Thyasin endures a secrecy deep within her, in the heart of the Tasmanian forest, protected both by inaccessibility or its habitat or elusive nature. So it's starting, it's bringing you into a state of your own personal wisdom, your limits, your boundaries, um, what you feel is acceptable and appropriate. Like the markings aren't like a zebra marking. Uh, the stripes are there. They're all lying perfectly in a row. Some are going to be a little bit different, but you're going to take the knowledge and apply it with your life, the wisdom that you're going to be creating. Um, I don't see you having to have very many obstacles in your way, because the information is going to be easily channeled to you. So if the thiasin has crept into your cards today, you may be encouraging to seek out a silent place for solitude. Use the sacred space as a vehicle to better know yourself. So it's telling you to start reflecting with yourself as well, and taking what you know and applying it, as far as your healing sessions or your personal time, is your personal time. And make sure that you take that time for yourself. Um, Use the sacred silence as a means of deepening your own knowledge and your innate sense of wisdom. Wait until your instincts tell you that the time has come to return to the people, to share your knowledge and hopefully widen the perceptions of those around you. A lot of things have had you kind of worried in the past, though, right? You've been kind of, dealing with others, showing up and taking a lot of your time. Like I see, there's other people that are watching on, what positions you're looking at, um, and these people are off in the back. So you're coming to get yourself figured out. Take the time to figure that out, right? Because there is people hanging out, um, in the background, that are waiting for the results that this animal is going to go and see. So the results are that you need to be more in tune with yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is thinking or judging or looking at. This is your permission to ask to be able to be left alone, not to be bombarded by people. But you will have a group of people that are going to be welcoming you back with this new insight that of your personal self. You're going to be able to be more sociable. You're going to be more in the know with everything, instead of focusing just on the surface stuff of yourself, right? Um, but I do see two females and a taller male in the group that you're going to take this information and say, this has helped me a lot. This is what I've learned, and taking the knowledge that you're taught, where people are giving you the opportunity to look at different things, right? You're going to take back and you're going to actually have them going, wow, like we didn't even know that you could even do something like that or experience something like that, right? I'm going to get a clarifying card. Respect. So this is going to end up being able to create respect for you as well, right? When you go and get this knowledge, this could be a higher learning, like going back to school or attending school, and this is earning the respect, right? Respect is for me. Respect is always there, right? For me, you start at 100, and you decide if you want to keep that respect with me or you want to go down, down, down. That's only if you're doing. So always keep yourself respectful, when you're dealing with situations. People might not be so forthcoming. Maybe that's why you're having to go in and look back at situations or things in your life that you didn't, really think, too much of, right? You're kind of being a turkey about it, right? And I'd be wary of the ones that are still looking at you and not accepting you for the way that you are, not respecting your boundaries, not respecting you as a person. They're all thinking, gobble gobble, like just crazy talking, and so be selective of who you share your knowledge with, because a lot of people aren't going to be receptive for the kind of knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, and you have to be selective of your new friends, or this could be a new group of people that you may intermingle with, that are more accepting, they're more knowledgeable with that information that they can assist you with. But it definitely is a new circle of like friends or colleagues or classmates. Um, Crosswary. But yeah, so that's respecting the wisdom. 1538. Okay. I'm gonna pull one more card. Oh, the Great Kangaroo. So your abundance. Oh, we got two. So you're gonna do the dance. You're gracious. The dance that you're gonna do. You transformed. Your transformation is just gonna be noticed by many people. See, like, look at the transformation between the birds. One is looking like an ugly duckling type thing, and then you have the beautiful swan at the bottom, right? So there's like a transition that's going to happen for you as well. That's going to create more abundance with you. This transformation is going to be a drastic one for a lot of people maybe to understand, and I think that's why the first card for the wisdom part came out, because the wisdom is going to draw you into a new, different circle of friends that are going to accept you for who you are. And you won't have to look very far than just yourself, because you're doing so much healing and growing, that things fall away, right? The old, the new, right? So you want to be showing yourself at your utmost best, at your best image possible, right? Just be yourself, and dance like the gorgeous swan that you are, right? After you transition and do your healing. Right, and then you'll have your abundance, your new journey, your new experiences will be coming in, and being blessed with the abundance. I know somebody else got this card today. She can tell you that the abundance and good things that are going to come forward from this transition is going to be very well wanted, and your needs are always met. But this is something that you've wanted to be able to do for a while now. So this could be a higher education, a different job, moving in the right direction for that abundance to happen, that you're making all the right moves so far. We have 38, 46, 86, 86 and 15. So that's 2. So your numbers will actually add up. You have a lot of substantial people standing beside you on either side protecting you. So you have everything that you require to be able to go inside. You have your protection at all times. And the reason why I say that, because it came out 101. So you get the 1, and then the 0 in the middle, right? So it's standing in its where it's meant to be, in that position, and you're sitting there, and you have the protection to be able to focus mostly on yourself, and create that transformation, for that transformation to blossom and come out. You definitely have the right tools and enough around you to be able to make that transconfiguration, whatever you want to call it, what do they call it? Transformation. Transconfiguration, right? So you're just changing everything up a bit, and you're gonna be very graceful, and very great that you did do this journey. And it's gonna feel like you're always like climbing. No more, you don't have to feel like you're just climbing away at the ladder. You can actually relax and just let it happen. Don't push it too far, and demand too much of it, because it will come. It'll have its effect. It will end up hitting the bullseye. And be fortunate for when you do get these other blessings that so many people couldn't see you as being that knowledgeable, and you're gonna actually take the information. You're gonna go and teach yourself how things work, and how things are, as far as like it could be like saying how let's see, say it was like a guy going to school to learn electronics, right? But when he went to school, he knew more about the electronics than the actual teacher, right? So that's what I think is happening in your transformation is you're going to be a very knowledgeable person at the end of it, and be well aware of what ticks and what talks, right? Um, Not all clocks run the same, but you know exactly how to fix every single one of them. You have it within you if you go down and look inside, and it's going to help you just become the most amazing um, person to be around. And so a lot of people are going to want to be around you then, and your abundance in people, places, and things will actually come to you. You've worked really hard at getting there with your knowledge card, and then with your transformation. So you got two great cards coming out for you before the abundance comes. So you've done a lot of hard work at getting here to this position, to be able to accept abundance, whether it be in work or personal relations. I do see that it would be more personal related, like as into your personal life for you. And then the illumination will come, the bottom of the deck. It'll all just illuminate for you. I think you got the same card last time, I believe. Or somebody else got it. A lot of illumination is going to be happening for you. A lot of different things are going to be happening for you. It's a great time to be social. Your social calendar could get busy after this. People are going to want to be around you and just absorb the information that you want to share with them, each and every single one of them, right? So, cockatoo. So you've already taken that step, right? You're going to make that transition, no problem. You're going to be able to do, yay, kangaroo. Yeah, I'm going to be beautiful. Your personality and your personal part of you is just going to like blossom, and everybody's just going to love the new energy that you have and all the good things that when you go for like a makeover, right? You're going for a spiritual makeover, more or less is what it is. And when people come to meet you now with the knowledge you have, they'll be like, wow, you can actually, you're actually pretty smart. Like they'll be kind of in awe at the responses, that you're gonna perfectly have a great time at watching people's faces go, oh, okay, I didn't know that, and teaching people, as a teacher as well. There's always a teacher student, student teacher. Sometimes the teacher doesn't know as much as a student, and the student doesn't know as much as the teacher. But sometimes those end up working to your favor, right? So, oh, my mouth is dry again today. Too much damn talking. Oh, the dirty jokes just came to mind. Lol. Are we telling dirty jokes over here, Jess? No, the last card is a beautiful bird. No, the cockatoo, the illuminated, how they have their little thing that comes up. I was in Singapore, and I went there for 6 months with my ex-husband when I was married, before we had, our separation. But I was sitting at his mom's house, and we were staying at his parents' place. And we looked outside the window, and it's all high rises there, right? But they lived on this little mountain kind of enclosed, or mountain. I can't remember what they call it, but it was a mountain in the back of their house. So every time we would have like a monsoon rain, like we were there during the rain season, so we got a lot of the rain happening. And it was like a monsoon. You could literally go outside and bathe in like shorts and a t-shirt, and you'd be all spiffy by the time the monsoon rain had passed. Well, after the monsoon rain would pass, we would get the cockatiels all in the trees in the back of the house, and we'd listen to them just caw, 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 and they would just be talking away. But it was the most amazing thing to see a live tropical bird just being free, right? So it's the amazing freedom that birds have the utmost closest connection to the spiritual part, right? So it's always nice when you get a bird to carry the message forward for you as well, to have the universe return it to you, right? Just like I do with my prayer butterflies. I use there's sayings all over about spiritual animals and what their purpose and place are. And I looked up what butterflies meant, and they're actually the only one that can actually transform between the spirit and the physical life, that they actually can actually cross that line a bit more than anybody is believed to, right? So the same thing like dragonflies are a mystical spirit animal as well. They are prosperous, but they have a very short life. So they are very how do you say? I don't know. I just love dragonflies too. But my nephew, his favorite animal was the dragonfly, and he came and revealed himself to his mom and to me in a dragon form. So his energy reincarnated into a dragonfly, right? Which was really nice. And I was even talking to the dragonfly like I was talking to you guys, and I said, just hover there for a minute. And he was flying around my yard. And this was about 2 or 3 weeks after he had passed, about a month after he had passed. And there was a dragonfly that kept flying in my yard, all just in my yard. Would, sit there and fly. And so then I said, and I had said my nephew's name. I said, is that you, Kyle? If it is, come back and show me that it's you. Reveal it to me. And it came back and it hovered for a good 10 seconds above my table in front of me, for a good 10 seconds, and then it flew off. And that was it. It was like he came to acknowledge that his spirit is still here, energy-wise, and it's always going to be around, right? So it's really anyone like a cockatoo? Cockatoo. Did I just say that out loud? Oh my god. I just said that. Oh. I just got it after I said it out loud, you guys. I was like, uh-huh. No, one's fine, thanks. One is definitely good. One is definitely good for me, thanks. I didn't get it until I actually said it out loud, and that's dirty. I think I'm gonna have to put this as an 18 version from now on. You guys are too much, seriously. I can't breathe because I'm stuffed up, so I can't even breathe. I can't close my mouth to breathe. Oh my lord. What the heck? You guys are too much. You want to hear another really dirty joke? Okay. You guys got to be ready for this one, okay? So the dirty joke that I learned the other day, and this is the dirtiest joke I've ever heard of, at least for my liking anyway. So it kind of goes like this. 2 white horses fell in a mud puddle. That's it. Dirtiest joke I ever heard. Yep, that's the dirtiest jokes I know. I don't know those dirty jokes. No, I could tell you guys one, but you guys would, it's a kind of a long story length one, I don't think you guys would be into it. But I'm going to get back to what looks like I'm having a joint here. But I'm not. Oh, there we go. Just a puff. I don't get it. Oh my. You don't get it, Daisy? 2 white horses fell in a mud puddle. That's dirty. I don't get it. That's the dirtiest joke I know. Shh, don't tell nobody. To yolks? Never mind. It was over your head and below your knees. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Ashley. That was that. We did a total descriptive one on that one. Oh, Daisy's just like, oh. Without emos, life would be boring. I tell you that much. Without those emos, life would be fucking definitely boring. All right. So, any more jokes? We need some. We need two muddy horses to fall in a white puddle or a water pool. In a swimming pool to get clean and come out the other side cleaner. A big pile of shit. No, we don't do. We don't do. We don't do. Oh, you guys are making me hot here. I'm about ready to get naked up in here. But I gotta keep it respectable. Alright. So you didn't answer me, Jess. Did you end up getting the dream catchers yet? Either that or I missed it. I want to know how they made it or not. Don't do. We don't do caca. So yes. So here, you know what, I know what I'll do. We gotta get that spirit box turned on here. We gotta get it going. Oh, did you know that the boogeyman came to visit last night? I had the boogeyman come and visit me last night. You're probably like wondering, what the hell? Why isn't this working? There it is. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay. Let's turn on the voice. And we'll turn up the volume over there. I don't want to catch me off guard this time. Alright. Click. Well, it better be. I'm just hoping because we are complete. Yes, we're done. That was a spirit box time. Completed. Okay. Yes, we are finished. Dime. Oh, the dime. Check this out. I was talking about the dime that's on my shell right now. Look at that. I have a dime on my table. It just said dime. Do you want my dime? I don't know like this. I haven't done any of this. The others medicine yet. I think we'll burn a little bit of that. Try to light it up a bit. Oh, these bloody matches. Woo! See that one burn. Oh, they're just the useless matches. to smell this. Having the day of this today. Here's some more smudge for you guys. Mmm. I love that smell. Leg. Is there a leg? There. I love the smell of my medicine when I do a little bit of it. It makes me feel so much better, so much calmer. Like wind, air, and fire. Okay, so where are the other ones? Okay. So yeah, so I don't know. Okay, here, I'll put it. I'll post a link in here where I get where it comes from. Where is it here? See, I need a different computer. You can only run it on a PC though. You can't run it on a Mac. Yeah. Here's the link for you guys. It is a blast to fucking do it with this one. I just really like doing it this way. There. That's the link that I just posted in the chat. You know, you probably end up with different results with yours. So yeah, it's actually really cool. I love it. But I need a stronger, I need more than 1 gig. I have to have 2 gigs, and I only have 1 in this little notebook. So I'm going to get actually a better computer that we can actually have it work better. Yes, the afterlife. Is it afterlife or afterlight? No problem, you guys. I want you guys to be able to experience it just as much fun as I have, right? So you can tell me more about what happens at your end of the boat. You know, because I really enjoy it, you know, and for other people to get to experience the afterlife, the best of the abilities, to be able to do that. I even scared my brother when he was staying with me. He actually... Something about a protest in Nigeria. That was weird. I want to go look that up. And that's what I always do. I always go after. I always go and check the information after that they're coming through with. So let's see. So you guys found it? Oh, we lost it. See, I need a 2 gig to make it work properly. It does work, but it's very glitchy, and I don't like the glitch. And it might freak you out at first when you actually first start using it. You can talk to it, ask it anything. But give me 1 sec, I just have to grab some. So yeah, so I don't know. I gotta go look after the kittens and get them all fed for the night. You know, I'm gonna be cruising around here soon. They haven't been bothering me. I just went in and checked on them. They're playing in the bed. So I don't know if there's any other questions that you guys can think of, or what you experience on with the afterlife box. Let me know how it is. Yeah, that'd be crazy if it hadn't happened yet. It was talking about some Nigerian Nigerian news. So I'm gonna go and check. I want to see what it says about it, and then I'll report back to you guys tomorrow about it. But we had ones that were telling us information about deaths and stuff that hadn't even hit the newspapers yet. Until like 3 or 4 days later. Yeah, it's something else. I know this is all stuffed up, but I'm just checking to see if it says anything. Huh. I don't see anything on it. But I'll have to check into it. Go and pray. Yeah, I get some really strange ones. But I'm gonna cut it quick. We've been going for how long now? How long have we been going? Probably been going a bit. It doesn't give me a time. Okay, so that's what is for today. Be sure to check it out, you guys. And you can find it under, I think, the software tab there. And it's called the Afterlife box. There's the radio box too that you can try. That one's been the most effective one for me. That's the one I prefer to like to use. Um, it's bizarre. It'll blow your mind. It'll freak the shit out of you. um, but it doesn't really bother me. It's just like having a conversation like we're having now. I don't really, it doesn't really faze me anymore like it used to. So I'm just trying to see what's coming up. Oh, stop. Okay, stop. So yeah, so we're gonna call it an evening. We had a nice quiet little roundup today. It was a blessing to be able to do the readings today for Elizabeth, and Tony can book hers whenever she has time. And anybody else that wants one, feel free to email me at shamanemme333@gmail.com, and I can respond to your request there, or just have it done, make the payment. So the prices for my readings are actually in the description box below, so be sure to check out the pricing, and if you end up wanting to get one, email me, let me know which one you want, and then the price, you can just go pay to PayPal afterwards. Or whatever. Yeah, just like I said, or whatever. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to cut our chat short tonight. I'm not going to do a 3-hour one. Been doing readings today, so I'm kind of bagged. I still haven't had my dinner yet, and it's 10 after 10. So I gotta go have something to eat, and I will catch you guys all later. Maybe, who knows? Depends on what my night's like. I might just do a spirit box session all night. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Yes, thank you, Daisy. And donations can go wherever they go. At paypal.me/Shaman Emme or Mystic Shaman 323. Alright, so you guys have a good night. Night, Vinny. Night, Ashley. Night, my Daisy. Night, Jazz. You guys be good, and until tomorrow, we shall get back into this tomorrow. So be sure to check it out. Good night, guys. Love you. Peace and light. And don't forget to let those bed bugs bite. Alright, you guys have a good one. We'll talk again soon.